Hello and welcome to Nuremberg, or as we say, Grüß Gott. My name is Christoph and this is my channel and the one of Anders Consulting Relocation Service. So if you come to Nuremberg as an international professional, you will probably figure out that Nuremberg is the city of emperors and markets. So you find a lot of history and also the historic old town, which is very nice. And everybody knows about the Christkindl markets, the famous market which takes place over Christmas time. It's gorgeous. And Nuremberg is also the city of toy manufacturing, and we would like to give you a short introduction to Nuremberg to arrive here safely and quickly as an international professional. So the first thing you need to do is when you arrive to register. We have a legislation here in Germany that you need to register under your address with the officials, and you can do that at 3 citizens' offices. We call them Bürgeramt, and they also have 2 other branch offices where you can also go, but note, only by appointment. You cannot just go there and register. You have to have an appointment and then you can do your registration. You should do that within 14 days after your arrival. You need a confirmation from the landlord that you have moved in to execute the registration. It's called Wohnungsgeberbestätigung. Very weird and long word. You should be accustomed to that because German is a pretty tough language with very, very long words. If you need to have a long-term residence permit because you're not an EU citizen, you go to the Office for Migration and Integration. You just start your application online, you submit all your documents, and if an appointment is needed, they will contact you and invite you for an appointment and an interview to execute your application. Let's go to housing. And housing in Nuremberg is a challenge. I have to admit that, but you can find apartments on online portals. There are lots of them, I think 8 or 9 we normally use to support people. And when you go for short-term furnished, what is the best option in the beginning, you should consider 25 euros plus per square meter for portfolio, meaning existing apartments, non-furnished and permanent. I think it's 20 and more, but lower apartments will not really do the job. And if you prefer a recently newly built building, you should consider 25 euros or even more. And maybe you would like to rent something outside. We will come to that later, but the parts of town in highest demand is for sure the old town and the inner city, Großenhof, which the Nurembergers call gung-ho because it's a hint on London, a little bit part of where the hipsters live, and so it makes sense. It's also St. Johannes and Erlenstegen. There you will pay a lot, but maybe you use the assistance of a relocation service like us. We will help you to find an apartment, or you can also become a member of an expat community. It's also very useful. If you're on an apartment hunt, I think it makes a lot of sense to learn some German, and very quickly, only just a few things, and later on expand your vocabulary because it's important not to miss out anything in Germany, that you speak the language. Beyond that, there's a lot of more than the imperial castle in Nuremberg or the medieval old town. For instance, food. I'm a food lover, and Nuremberg also goes way beyond Bratwurst, roasted sausage, or Lebkuchen. If you would like to go for an international school, and there are other 6 bilingual schools, and with kids you will not have any problems to find very nice leisure activities, no problem about that. Dinosaur Park, Museum of the Deutsche Bahn, which has for kids Kinderbahnland, so it's a cool land for children and railways. A toy museum, and if your family has not come with you when you enter Germany, you should hurry up to start your family unification because it can take some time. So my personal advice is, when you apply for visa, do it together with your family in the first instance. It makes complete sense. And you should also apply for child benefit payments. For the first child, the state is paying you 255 euros, so don't miss that out because it's a lot of money. In general, Nuremberg is modestly expensive, with the emphasis on expensive. So consider that you need to pay a deposit if you found an apartment, that there are additional costs, about 30 to 35% on the cold rent to be added. and so having a car is also expensive. And here we come back on that subject about living a little bit outside of Nuremberg. It makes completely sense. If you would not like to commute more than 45 minutes, you can also go for Fürth, which is it's part of town, but it's in the west, so they don't take that as a real different city. But you can also go for Zirndorf, Schwabach, Erlangen, oder Lauf an der Pegnitz. Also very nice, a little bit cheaper. Also the cost of living is a little bit lower. So these are very good options. So I hope that you made a profit of what I could told you in this little video, and that you will successfully get started in Nuremberg. If you need help, ask our relocation service and we give you all the assistance we are capable of. And to say goodbye in Nuremberg, you would say Ade oder Vierte Gott. Thank you very much, and never forget, you've got a friend in Germany.